Anwar, my apologies for being a little late with this video. Just that took a little while for us to code out the structures that you wanted on the register page. Let me just quickly give you an update on that. Now, if you click on my accounts, for example, let me go ahead and click on my accounts, and the resulting page that used to come out obviously has two different chapters: login and register. I click on register. This is how you wanted it. This is all done, and it should help you register. You can go ahead and give it a try. Let me know if there's any trouble with that. Now, I'm sorry about that. The other thing that he wanted me to work on was obviously the contact us page. The captcha for the contact us page wasn't working, so let's have a quick look there. Let me click there. That should open the contact page, and this is our contact page, and the captcha should work fine now. There you go. The reason the captcha wasn't working earlier was since we changed domain. Recaptcha is actually issued against a specific domain key, and since the domain name had changed, that was the reason it wasn't working. Now, that being said, let's get to the part where I promised you I'll show you the entire structure or entire flow chart of how an order actually goes through, and what are the steps that are there. The first thing, for me to actually put an order through would be to actually make a payment. So what I'm going to do is, what I've done is I have opened up the admin and the website on two different browsers, so that they don't conflict, because if I log in as an admin, I cannot shop as somebody else. So that, just hold on a second. This is Firefox, and I have Safari here, which has the dashboard. So what I'm gonna do is, let me go to Firefox. We have this product called test product, the price of which is $100. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna click on products, and I'm gonna change that price to, let's say, $1. Just for the payment so you understand how it works. In order for me to actually change it, I click on test products. That was the product that I wanted to work with. It will open up the product description with all the different product parameters. I'm going to scroll down to the part which has the price. I'm simply going to replace that by 1, come back up and click on update. So what that will do is that should update the price. Now, instead of $100, it should be $1. Now, initially, when somebody comes to the website, obviously, since we don't have a lot of product right now, we can talk about that later, but the idea is for them to find the product. So right now, this is going to be one of the most visible part of the site, new arrival. So obviously, let's say I'm somebody who is on the site and I wish to buy this product. There are two ways he can move ahead from here. He can either directly click on add to cart, which would directly add this product to the cart, and then he can check it out from there, or he can click on the product description. So I'm going to go with the next one. So I'm going to click on the product part. So I click on the image. What's going to happen, it's going to take me to page 2, which will show me the product image on the left, obviously the price, the description. We haven't written anything, but the description is going to come up here, the reviews are going to come up here, and all of that, and the related products are going to show up at the bottom. All of that is there, and what I need to do is I need to buy this product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on add to cart. So when I click on add to cart, the system is going to add this to my shopping basket. So and this is going to give me a message saying was added to the cart. It will also give me an option to continue shopping. However, it will show me the cart. So that this product is this is it. I can reduce or increase or decrease the quantity of the product from here, but I'm just going to do one, which is already so I'm going to update the cart, and just going to be $1 for one product. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see the cart total is $1. The shipping rate in this case is $15. I'll explain in a bit as to how this works out. Let's say I'm from New South Wales. I just go and select this, let's say, and it will turn out to be $10. Why, I would explain you it in a bit, because you can assign specific prices to specific shipping zones, and I did $10 for $10 for New South Wales, and $15 for Victoria. So this is how you go. We can talk about the shipping in a while. So the price is $1. The shipping rate is 11, so in total it's 12, out of which 1 is the total cost. So $1.09 would be the shipping. In this specific case, the tax or the 10% GST is added to the shipping as well. You can decide whether you want to add that or not, and we can simply click on proceed to checkout. After I do that, obviously I would get this page. Since I'm not a returning customer, let's presume that I'm not a returning customer. So I would need to create an account here. So billing detail on the left, shipping address on the right. Obviously it's the same address, so I'm gonna check this box, so it's gonna go away. My name is Ravi. I'm gonna put in the last name, the company name, UniWebTech. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to register it. So this is my email address, my phone number. Okay, 1 Cooks Avenue, apartment, showroom 13, suburb Canterbury. The state is, hold on a second, and the postcode is 2193. So I'm gonna disable this so that nobody bothers us. So, and this is okay, this would basically give in the info. Now I would have an option to actually open up an account. If I do, I click this, it's gonna it already has my username. So all I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna create a password. So let's say I go ahead and do this, it's gonna give me a suggestion as to if the password is right or wrong, or if it's weak or if it's strong. So it would actually suggest me to put in a combination of uppercase and lowercase. So okay, hold on, let me go here. Actually, when I did that, I was actually doing a test run before making this video, so I might have ended up making one. So let me go ahead and delete that user. Before, there we go, we already have this user. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete this so that we can do this again. Confirm deletion. There we go. Okay, now we go back and we're gonna put in the password again. I'm sorry, it says it's medium. Hold on a second. Okay, so I actually did a combination of uppercase, lowercase, and numbers, so that that is how you're advised to actually put up a password. And now that being said, my account would eventually be created. Now I'm going to click on proceed to PayPal. So obviously, I'm sorry, what I had to do is, this is where it says order notes. If you have a specific thing that you would like to request, you can simply put in that there, and that will actually be also included with the order. That is something you could have done, but I'm sorry I missed that part. Now obviously, since we just have PayPal as the payment method, we clicked on checkout through PayPal. It's gonna automatically redirect us to PayPal, and now I'm gonna have to pay this $12. Give me a second here, and okay, I'm putting in my username and password, and if the details are correct, it's gonna log me into PayPal, give me the option to pay. Give me a second. There you go. I'm gonna pay this $12. It's obviously gonna go to Mario at sold as. So this is where it's gonna be paid to, Mario at soulfoodies.com.au, and we paid that $12. There we go. And I'm gonna click on return to merchant, and it's gonna take me back to the website. So it's gonna take me back to the website, and where it's gonna give me the details about this order, the order number, the detail, and all that. Now this is complete. Okay. Now what this did was it so initially when I registered at the checkout page, it triggered a process in which it made me a customer to the site. So next time I come in, I can simply put in my username and the password, and all the details can be retrieved. Second thing obviously was, as soon as an order is placed, it triggers it triggers an email as well. So I should have gotten 2 emails. So let me go ahead and check that. All right, so we go to Chrome. So you can see that this oh, I see that I just received an email from you. I'm going to look into that a little later. These are the 2 emails that I just got as a part of the site. So what I've done is, this is my registration email, and this is my order email. So I get an order email with all the details about, as to what it is, where do I ship, well, and all that details would be included here. And now in the website, obviously, if I need to, in the admin area, all this detail would come through as an order. So when I click on this, I click on orders, and the order would come through. Now see, once the order comes through, you would see a list of things, and you would see it categorized, based on a variety of listings. The first one is obviously the status of the order, and based on the icon that's there, you would understand what the order is. For example, this order is on hold because it's through PayPal, and I use a different PayPal email. I'll explain that to you later, but it's on hold. You can change the order status to processing. You can, once you've started processing the order, you can change it to completed once you have fulfilled the order. So based on where you are at, you can use the short keys here to do that. For example, if I go ahead and click on processing, so what's going to happen is the status of this order is going to change to processing. And once you have actually completed the order, or once you have fulfilled the order, you can simply click on it and it would say complete. Now if you wish to see the details of this order, you can simply click on the order number here, that is system generated, and you also see as to how many items have been purchased, what this fulfilled order has been fulfilled through, and all that. So basically, this is the order detail page. It will give you all the basic details about this order, as to when this was purchased, who bought this, what the email address is. If this specific customer has bought previously from us, that list will also be here. The billing address, the shipping address, which are both same in this case, the email address, the phone number, the price, the quantity, the shipping is also included as to how much that is, the taxes, all of that is refunded, all of that is listed here. So basically, this is everything that you have. Before this order is complete, should you feel the need to add a custom field, you can do that as well, but we can talk about that a little later. And another thing that you want to talk about would be add a note. So there are two types of note that you can add, which would be, one would be a private note, which would be like something for somebody like you, who can get into the website, who has admin access. You can simply write, this order has been so and so. If you do that, if you click on add, what's going to happen is this order, this note would stay here. This order has been, but it would just be visible to you or somebody who has access to the admin. But if you write, hi customer, how are you, and if you assign it a customer note, you click on add, what's going to happen is the customer is also going to see this when they log into their admin area, when they log in to their my account area. And basically, after whatever changes you do to it, you can simply click on save order, and that would save the order. So basically, this is the flow chart of a standard way in which our order gets through. Obviously, there are tons of stuff that we need to discuss about. A few things that I would like to talk about in general. Let's just go through those. Okay, now this is a specific order that came through, and as I said, once our order comes through, it would automatically register that person into our user database. So you have all the details about that customer, and once that customer, whenever that customer comes back into the website to shop again, they would all they gotta do is they need to put in their username and password, and they can log in, and see, we have all their details, and all of this would be automatically fulfilled, pulled in from the data. Now the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about, obviously, was WooCommerce settings. So basically, this is the platform, this is the module that actually works on the shopping part. Now there are a few things that we can talk about. One, obviously, is the tax. Right now what I've done is I've standardized taxes for 10%, standard GST. You can go through this small sub menus here. The tax option, yes, I'll enter taxes, inclusive of taxes. You can display prices without including them. You can have standard tax rates. You can have multiple tax rates for multiple countries. That is also there. What I've done is I've just done it for Australia, named it GST, given it 10%. So you can have flat rates and all that. And in shipping cases, for example, when I click on shipping, so this is a little more complicated, but in order for you to have shipping, first of all, you have to assign shipping zones. Okay, in order to make this easier for you, what I've done is I've assigned every single state as a specific shipping zone. So now what that enables you to do is that will allow you to actually have individual shipping prices for all these individual states. Needless to say, you can have a single shipping price for all these individual states. So for example, what I've done is I have named NSW NSW is a zone. That includes New South Wales. So whenever there is a customer who, whose billing address or shipping address matches in New South Wales, they are going to automatically show this rate. The rate is obviously, right now I've decided to have it as a flat rate. The flat rate is, whatever you decide to have. You can also decide to have the shipping rate as a taxable rate or not. For example, if I'm going to put $10, if we have 10% GST, and if I'm going to say taxable, the final total for shipping is going to be 10 plus 10%, which would be $11. So you can decide for it to be taxable or non-taxable. It's up to you. You can give it give a price which is $10. You can also do a variety of things here. It can simply not be a price, it can simply not be an individual figure. It can be a percentage value of the total figure. Let's say somebody decides to go do NSW, so it can be a percentage value of a figure. It can be a minimum value of a certain figure. So this gets a little complicated. We'll talk about it later. Right now what I've done is I've put it up at fixed value. So what I'm saying is, you can either have a single zone as the entire country and give it a single value, or you can have individual zones, and you can have individual figures for them. For example, if I go to Victoria, I've put in $15. So if somebody with a billing address from shipping address from Victoria comes up to the site and tries to buy it, they're going to have to pay $15 on that. So what I'm saying is, there is a specific rate that you can assign, and based on that, there you go. Based on that, you can decide how much you want to charge to which part of the country. So right from the part where you start with the order to the part where it actually gets fulfilled to the part where you actually get a copy of it, and all the basics of that specific processes are hopefully included in this. And all, as I keep saying, as I keep stating, for this to work, we would also require for you to do, play around with it a little. But in the meantime, I'm also going to try and include a lot of things that I have missed on the next video. I hope this simplifies things for you a bit, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for your time, Anwar. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.